Everybody, thank you so much for joining us for First Alert 6 streaming on this Monday morning. I'm Cerise Cole, along with meteorologist Jared Lansford, senior chief meteorologist Rusty Lord. Aaron's missing, Maria's missing today.
Yeah.
But you know what's not missing? The heat.
Yeah.
Actually, the heat is missing. I did that wrong. I knew I was doing that wrong. Anyway, what we're saying is it is a really cool start.
The heat is not being missed.
The heat is, we are not missing the heat. Thank
40s
you.
and 50s out there this morning. It's been a busy morning. You've said a lot of words. That's okay. 40s and 50s as we're starting off. And you look at the sunshine that's out there right now. I'm probably going to trip over my words over here now. That's just how this is going to go. The sunshine out there, we're at 50. A little bit of fog. Jarrett's going to touch on that in a little bit, but light breeze. Humidity's up there because the dew point and the temperature are close to one another. But overall, it's not going to be a humid day today. We're right around 50 at this moment with pretty comfortable conditions if you like this cool air. It's a little chilly on the Iowa side. Notice there's about a 10-degree range across the map here, but mid-40s on the Iowa side, and that's where a lot of students are heading back to school. You got UNO and UNL colleges heading back, but look at all the schools heading back. Atlantic to Council Bluffs Public to Harlan. You got parts of Glenwood, parts of Lewis Central, Missouri Valley, Underwood, and so on and so forth. Basically, this is the week everybody goes back to school on the Iowa side now that the state fair is done with, and well, go to drop off the kids. We're right around 50 degrees in many spots. 56 at 8, up near 60 by 9. And you'll notice the muggy meter staying down here in the pleasant and refreshing range. So as we warm up, it's still going to feel gorgeous out there. That's why we don't use the humidity much. We always talk about dew point because right now it's chilly, but the humidity is 100%. But overall, that really doesn't matter much as some high clouds move in. And well, what's going to happen today is those dry dew points are going to allow us to heat up quite a bit and do so pretty quickly this morning, but still overall it's going to be a cool August day. Upper 60s by noon, and you get 70s this afternoon, about 72 by 3 o'clock, 74 by 5, and then notice to the northwest, the clouds try to move in this evening. We'll have more of those then heading into the overnight, and notice up here, you got some some showers and maybe a couple of thunder showers trying to trickle in from the northwest by 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and some of those could be on the map to start off the day tomorrow, especially on the Nebraska side. That's what we'll be watching, but overall, more clouds from the river west. You go a little farther east, you're going to be under some clearer skies and a little bit chillier again on the Iowa side. So potential rainfall out of this, and yeah, it could last into Tuesday afternoon. I just ran this through about 9 o'clock Tuesday night to make sure I got all the rain on the map here so you got an idea of what to see, but most of it should be done some point in the afternoon on Tuesday. A couple of spots could get up to a 1/4 inch, and you see the same thing from a different model here. A little stripe, maybe a little narrower pocket of some 1/4 inch rainfall. So this is what we'll be tracking as we head into Tuesday morning. Won't be rain for everybody, but it does look like there's going to be some of it out there for quite a few of us, especially on the Nebraska side by tomorrow morning. That's probably going to keep us cooler too, likely only near 70 for a high.
Wow, this is crazy. All right, also top of mind other than the weather, that game in Kansas City, Huskers season opener. How's the weather looking?
I was a little earlier on, I was worried about it being a pretty warm day, but overall I think the 8 o'clock kickoff is going to help immensely. There's going to be showers and thunder showers to the west in central Kansas during the morning hours, it looks like on this one. But what that'll do is send clouds the direction of Kansas City and probably only muster low 80s for a high down in KC, and that means 70s by the time kickoff around 8 o'clock with scattered clouds in the area. So a pretty comfortable one. I think any rain's either going to be done or well to the southwest, so probably not a big headache there. And overall, things looking pretty good. We'll get up to 83 in Omaha with a little more sunshine, maybe like 80 to 81 down in Kansas City with temperatures cooling off pretty quickly. Then watch over your Labor Day weekend. Saturday night into Sunday has some shower and thunderstorm potential that could linger for a little bit on Sunday. Small rain chance on Labor Day itself, but right around 80 degrees. Again, if you're looking for some pool weather, as you know, the pools will all close up shop here no later than Labor Day. We're looking at maybe Wednesday and Thursday being the best days for that, where you get some sunshine and some 80s. So
wow.
Not many days left.
Things have changed around here, right?
A little bit.
I don't mind the cooler temperatures. I don't mind the break. We know the heat's going to return. All right, Jared, we were looking outside and the fog is a-coming.
Yeah, we've got some areas where you're going to run into some of that as you're heading out and about. Now, it's not a blanket for everybody, but it is something that you need to watch for, because where we are getting the fog, the visibility is really taking a hit. So let me show you what it's looking like near the airport. This is the view from our camera that looking toward Epley, and look at that view. Isn't that something else? That fog right there, not right into some of those low-lying areas, the river valleys, where we're seeing a lot of the thickest of that in the early going. So watch for that. You do have the sunshine overhead, so hopefully that works on that fog and helps us to get rid of it pretty quickly. But the immediate vicinity there of the airport, you get just over the river on the Iowa side, you could be looking at some of that near Crescent. Keep an eye out for some of that locally dense fog that is in place there. As I zoom out, some of the areas that had been really struggling with it, like Clarinda, Shenandoah, have actually improved a fair bit here over the last 15-20 minutes. Still some pockets around Denison, but you can see how few and far between those areas are. You want to watch and be prepared for some of those spots, but we are improving in some areas too. So hopefully it won't be a big problem for those of us who are heading out the door. Particularly Iowa, it's the first day. You've got a lot of changes to that routine in a lot of the districts, and that would be another complicating factor to have to watch with some of that fog being in place. We're definitely picking up the traffic on some of our roads. You can see some of the delays, not surprising, on I-80 westbound right around L. But you've also got some spots on Dodge. You have some construction on Dodge. You're heading eastbound around 40th. Watch for that. That could slow you down. And then on Maple, you're looking at some slowdowns that are showing up as well. We're going to check in a little bit closer here in just a bit, though, in Council Bluffs, because we mentioned Iowa has a lot of the kids that are back in session. We'll kind of take a look at how things are going as we're getting that first day up and running, some of those areas that could be slowing down some.
All right, we know you're on top of it, Jarrett. Thank you. All right, to the news now. Happening today, we are expecting to learn more on a cause of death after a man's body was found in Benson. The body was discovered near 64th and Military. There are no details on the man's name or age at this point. A spokesperson for the police department says they are expecting to have more information after an autopsy, which is set for later today. Also happening today, a man accused in a deadly crash is set to appear in court. Prosecutors charge Christian Stevens with 2 counts of felony motor vehicle homicide, DUI. Investigators say the 22-year-old was driving the wrong way on I-480 when he hit a car head-on. Well, 2 of the 4 people inside that car died. His preliminary hearing is set for 9 o'clock this morning in Douglas County Court. Starting today, Metro Transit's Westroads Mall Transit Center will be closed for about a week. So this means those who want to ride Orbit routes 4, 5, 14, and 92 or MetroFlex from Westroads will board at temporary stops along 102nd Street. That's directly west across the street. Well, still ahead this morning, we'll get you prepared for the next step in the review process for Mayor John Ewing's proposed city budget. That and another look at weather and traffic when we come back. Well, we sure hope your morning is getting off to a great start. Look at that beautiful sunrise. Lots of sunshine to start our day. Also, some cooler temperatures. There is definitely a chill in the air. I like maybe some brisk. It's a little brisk out there this morning. Yeah.
Haven't been this cold since June 4th. Got down to 48 on that morning. And now we're right around 50 degrees as you head out. So, yeah, it's going to be a little shock to the system. Yeah. Long sleeves for the first few hours of the day, as a matter of fact. As the sunlight will warm us up, but it's a slow start, and we got some 40s and 50s to reverse course and get them to heat up a little bit. The work week, they got a pretty good taste of fall, but this is likely the coldest morning we'll have. Got the right combo of clear skies, low dew points. The next couple of mornings, we'll have some clouds to help keep the numbers up. And then into the Labor Day weekend, we're watching some rain chances Saturday night into Sunday. So heads up for that here. I'll show you that shortly. Right around 50 in the metro. Wider view shows the 40s in the northern part of the viewing area and the eastern part of the viewing area. So Iowa viewers waking up to a chilly start as you're getting the kids ready to head back to school. The showers and thunder showers are all down to the south, and it's sending some clouds our direction. But overall, the bigger rain through Kansas and Oklahoma, that's where that's going to be today. Probably not a big issue elsewhere. So as we look out across the area, we're going to take the mid 50s by 8 o'clock, warm them up to mid 70s by 4 to 5 o'clock, and get a very nice day. If you need to get the yard mowed or do anything outdoors today, and then Wednesday and Thursday looking pretty good. About the only day where things could get in the way, where we have some rain to start with, is Tuesday. So a little so-so getting outside. It's not going to be an all-day washout, but the first half of the day likely has some rain chances. And that's what I'll show you here. As you can see, some mostly morning light showers, but it's not for everybody. Best odds are probably on the Nebraska side. You get much less coverage of this on the Iowa side as it goes from northwest to southeast. So it'll start around Norfolk, Columbus, maybe graze southwest Iowa, the way things are looking, and dive into northwest Missouri. But still by 2 o'clock, there's some spotty showers on the map. Towards the end of the afternoon, the clouds will clear out and you get a pretty good end of the day. Then we'll go 84 on Wednesday with a southwest breeze that kicks in. That's why we bumped the high up a little bit. That southwest wind can help us out. But if you're wondering how much rain we could get out of this little band, it's not going to be anything that causes you to shut off the sprinklers. I would keep that rolling. The week looks fairly dry otherwise, aside from this rain chance for Tuesday morning. A little stripe there. We could get up to a 1/4 of an inch in some spots. Best odds are going to be on the Nebraska side without a doubt. On the Iowa side, you get much less. Husker game day forecast, like I mentioned earlier, it is trending cooler. 70s for the game, but low 80s for an afternoon high. Remember, the game's at 8 o'clock. And you can see here for Thursday, we'll keep the shower and thunder shower activity just to the southwest of Kansas City in the morning, and then it just keeps sending high clouds that direction while we stay a little more sunny in the Omaha area. Kansas City will have a few more clouds around 8, and by the end of the game, which may end up being close to midnight, and first game, and those last a little while, there's going to be some clouds around there. And Friday looks pretty good if you're going to stick around for Husker Day at the K as well. That's going on down in Kansas City, so a double whammy there. A couple of sporting events. You can hopefully take the family and have a good time.
I forgot that game was going to be so late. We probably will not see the end of that game, Russ.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
All right. So the unofficial end of summer quickly approaching. Yep. Will we see that warm up? I mean, upper 80s, maybe any more 90s before that Labor Day weekend and beyond?
I tell you what, these 2 days right here might be the warmest we have for a little while. There's signs maybe at the end of the 10-day. Not a lot of summer heat to be found. We'll probably get something in September, but we get past that, we're talking maybe 1 or 2 day stretches where we have the heat, not long bouts of it. There's the rain chances Saturday night into Sunday, so that's something to pay attention to for your Labor Day plans. Okay. I think we can get through most of the day Saturday without any issues if you got some outdoor stuff, but a little breezy. We'll see how long the rain will last into Sunday. But yeah, no heat waves there. Everybody's wondering if this is like real fall or just fake fall or what.
What is it?
I don't know, but we got a lot of 70s and 80s, so whatever you want to call it, enjoy it.
I call it nice. I think it's the sweet spot, don't you?
I have the save on the AC bills for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, no complaints here. I'm not complaining, Rusty.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. All right, the kiddos aren't complaining. Usually the first day of school, they're very excited, right? So a lot of kids in Iowa going back to school today. How's the roads looking for them?
Busier.
Yes, it will be too.
We're picking things up in Council Bluffs. It's one of the areas I'm really going to be watching. Of course, we have all the Nebraska kids that have been back back in school. But we're going to hyper focus in here on Council Bluffs since it's the first day, and we are looking at some changes that are happening on some of the roads. So this is what it's looking like, the wide view. And you can see Canesville, Broadway already showing some delays in spots as you're heading along the road there. Let's zoom in a little bit tighter towards some of the high schools. This is what it's looking like around Thomas Jefferson. You can see 25th with some delays, not crazy slow right now, but do be ready if you're going to be driving around here in the next hour or so to be encountering maybe some delays. We get onto the east side of Council Bluffs. This is where you're going to find Abe Lincoln, and you are looking, McPherson looks pretty good. Bennett Avenue, watch for maybe some slowdowns as we see some of that traffic filtering into that area. And then, of course, we've got Lewis Central. Now, we only have select grades that are back in session today. We get the rest of the students tomorrow, but even with that, you could see we've got a fair amount of delays on Highway 92 right now as you're getting right near Harry Langdon. This is an area that often lights up when we get into the school year, so I'm not surprised to see that. Be ready for it to be slower as you head through there. And then, of course, you've got any of the other Iowa towns, Glenwood, Harlan, etc. You want to watch for increased traffic, watch for the kids that are walking around at some of the crosswalks. It's going to get busier here when it comes to that. When it comes to the metro overall, we've got some delays northbound on the JFK as you're near the Gilmore Bridge. Watch for that. Also slow on eastbound Dodge. We're starting to get some of those delays around 156th or so. And it's just going to be that kind of thing that we see as we go through the rest of the morning. Watch for some of those delays. We'll be watching for any issues and, of course, first alerting you if we start to see those.
All right. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Well, happening today, the University of Nebraska system is back in session for their first day of fall classes. This includes the University of Nebraska Omaha, Lincoln, and Kearney, as well as the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Again, dozens of Iowa school districts, including Council Bluffs and part of Lewis Central, also head back for their first day of school today. Good luck to all the kiddos. Happening tomorrow, Omaha City Council is set to consider Mayor John Ewing's first proposed budget. Ewing presented the proposal late last month. It includes increases for fire and police. The proposal also prioritizes city parks, affordable housing, addressing poverty and homelessness, and fixing the roads. Well, the City Council will also hear a proposal to outlaw homeless encampments on public property. Anyone camping on public property could face 30 days in prison, a fine of up to $300, or both. It would give them a chance to be taken to a shelter, though, before being arrested. Councilmember Brinker Harding, who introduced this proposal, says there has been an increase in encampments in the city.
Stemming the growth of that so that it doesn't become more of a problem. And, bottom line, to make sure that the people who are in those situations are getting the help that they need and deserve.
Now, a spokesperson for Open Door Mission, which provides shelter beds in Omaha, says they are already at or near capacity. He says more resources and housing needs to be provided if the ordinance is put into place. Well, still ahead this morning, let the good times bowl. Check out First Alert 6 when we hit the lanes when we come back. All right, new this morning, get your binoculars and conspiracy theories ready. Oh, I thought you had some down there. And get a look at this Sasquatch celebration. Bigfoot enthusiasts from all over gathered in Marion, North Carolina over the weekend. So the WNC Bigfoot Festival began in 2018 by the nonprofit Bigfoot 911. The group is committed to researching and celebrating the legendary creature. I had no idea that group existed.
No kidding. There's a group for everything, I guess.
There is.
Get together, have a good time no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, speaking of, that's what we did. You always see us hard at work here, right? But the morning crew also likes to have some fun like you. Well, our latest activity, a little friendly bowling competition. So right next to our team, though, was a bowling league who definitely held their own. You guys, she is 95. This woman is 95, and we were next to her, and she ate our she ate
she was over 100 every time.
Okay, was that a strike we saw of me? And there's the older group, and here's our group. Okay, older group.
He's putting.
And then okay, here Maria and I both. You know,
she did get one strike.
She did get a strike. I got a strike, but we could not compare to this group at all. And there's all of us. We had so much fun.
It was a blast.
I remember we got there and like, why are there so many cars in the parking lot?
And they meet every week, and they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, it was a senior bowling game. They had several lanes.
Yeah. So you may be wondering before we go what we played 2 games. Who won out of the Daybreak crew?
My arm's killing
me. He won both games.
I might have won the trash talk though. I just didn't back it up.
Yeah, you did. Oh, we're getting a wrap. We got to go. Jared and I, we both came in 3rd or whatever. All right.
Good.
We did all right. We're going to get ready for our update in the Today Show. You can watch it here on streaming or over the air. We got to go. Have a great day, everybody.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Monday morning to you. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole. Let's get right to First Alert 6 traffic with Jared Lansford, who's first alerting us to some fog out there this morning.
Yeah, and you're going to see here from this quad box view that it kind of varies through the area. There's what it looks like near Epley, but when I go to the next graphic here, you can see that it looks just fine on I-80. So it's very localized where you're looking at some of those issues, especially in some of the river valleys. Watch for that if you're heading out and about this morning. As we're heading out, watch for some delays on eastbound Dodge. Really starting to stack things up around 156 to 180th as you're heading eastbound. Also some delays northbound on the JFK. Watch for all those kids in Council Bluffs in Iowa that are heading back to the classroom this morning. Rusty.
Yeah, busy on the Iowa side now as everybody gets rolling on that side of the viewing area with the first day of school. We got sunshine, but it's all about the chilly air. We're down to 50. This is the coldest we've been since June 4th, and you will feel it when you step out. Thankfully, the sun is going to warm us up pretty quickly, but a chilly start near 50 degrees. Even a couple of 40s showing up. Look at Louisville. Might have a little fog there in the Platte Valley with 48 the temperature there, and you still see 40s on the Iowa side. So it's been the coolest spot in western Iowa and the Luss Hills all morning, and that's the case still here at 7:30. Now, some high clouds will try to move in, but overall thicker clouds southwest, a little clearer to the northeast. The muggy meter stays low, pleasant to refreshing all day long today, and that'll turn into a high of about 74 later on this afternoon.
All right, Rusty, thank you. Well, Metro's Westroads Mall Transit Center will be closed for about a week beginning today. So those who ride orbit routes 4, 5, 1492, and Metro Flex will board at temporary stops along 102nd Street that's directly west across the street from the mall. It is 7:28. We are back with another update for you in about 25 minutes. We'll see you then. Have a great day.